Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and it is time to determine if we are going down south or if we're going to go to the Pacific Northwest this month for a moody April book club choice. It was completely unintentional when I pulled books this month for the poll, but somehow we ended up with 2 choices in the south and 2 choices set in the Pacific Northwest. I promise it was not intentional, and I didn't realize it until I'm filming this on Thursday. I realized it yesterday, so Wednesday. I am completely amused by that. So let's talk about the book choices. First up would be Night Road by Kristen Hanna. And this one is set in the Pacific Northwest. Life comes down to a series of choices. To hold on, to let go, to forget, to forgive. Which road will you take? Life is good on the quiet, affluent Pine Island for the picture-perfect Faraday family. Jude Faraday is a devoted, stay-at-home mother who works tirelessly to be the best possible parent to her teenage twins, Mia and Zach. When Lexi Bale, a former foster child with a dark past, moves into their close-knit, progressive community, no one is more welcoming than Jude. Lexi quickly becomes Mia's best friend. Then Zach falls in love with Lexi, and the threesome become inseparable, upsetting the fragile status quo of the Faraday family. Until the kids' senior year of high school tests every bond and pushes Jude to the brink. It's dangerous, explosive season of drinking, driving, parties, kids who want to let loose, and parents who don't know how to hold on. In this powder keg of a summer, all it takes is one careless mistake. One terrible decision to ruin everything and pit friend against friend and neighbor against neighbor. In the years that follow, each must face the harrowing consequences of that single night and find a way to forget or the courage to forgive. I think it sounds fantastic, and she's an author. I want to read her, entire backlist, so it makes sense to, work her into book club choices when possible. Okay, next up would be a Southern book. That would be Fanny Flagg's The All-Girl Filling Station's Last Reunion. And this too, with one exception, all these books were picked up from my library. And I will read you the back. Mrs. Snooky Poole of Point Clear, Alabama, has just married off the last of her daughters and is looking forward to relaxing with her husband, Earl. Then, quite by accident, Snooky stumbles on a secret about her mother, the formidable Lenore Simmons Crackenberry. A discovery that suddenly calls into question everything she ever thought she knew about herself. Suki begins a search for answers that takes her to California, the Midwest, and back in time to the 1940s, when an irrepressible woman named Fritzy takes on the job of running her family's filling station. As Suki learns about the adventures of the girls at the all-girl filling station, she finds new inspiration for her own life. Fabulous, fun-filled, spanning generations, and centered on a little-known aspect of America's 20th century story. The all-girl filling station's Last Reunion is another irresistible novel by the remarkable Fanny Flagg. And this one was published in 2014. I love the cover. Okay, next up, we're going back to the Pacific Northwest, and that would be The Hotel at the Corner of Bitter and Sweet by Jamie Ford. In 1986, Henry Lee joins a crowd outside the Panama Hotel, once the gateway to Seattle's Japantown. It has been boarded up for decades, but now the new owner has discovered the belongings of Japanese families who were sent to internment camps during World War II. As the owner displays and unfurls a Japanese parasol, Henry, a Chinese American, remembers a young Japanese girl from his childhood in the 1940s, Keiko Okobi, whom he forged a bond of friendship and innocent love that transcended the prejudices of their old world ancestors. After Keiko and her family were evacuated to the internment camps, she and Henry could only hope that their promise to each other would be kept. Now, 40 years later, Henry explores the hotel's basement for the Okobi's family's belongings and for a long-lost object whose value he cannot even begin to measure. His search will take him on a journey to revisit the sacrifices he has made for family, for love, for country. I truly want to read this book. It was published in 2009, and yeah. Okay, last up, we're going to the South again. Okay, and the last book is Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys. And I'll read you the back of this one. The French Quarter simmers with secrets. Having grown up in the heart of New Orleans, of the New Orleans underworld, Josie Moraine wants more out of life than the Big Easy has to offer. She devises a plan to get out, but a mysterious death in the quarter leaves Josie tangled in an investigation that will challenge her conscience, her loyalties, and her darkest fears. Caught between the dream of an elite college and a clandestine underworld, Josie must choose between who she is now and who she longs to become, between when to hold on and how to let go. With characters and atmosphere reminiscent of the great Southern novels, Ruta Sepetys creates a rich story of secrets, lies, and the haunting reminder that our decisions shape our destiny. Another author I want to read her entire back catalog of, and it definitely sounds moody and choice driven. So, what book won the poll? I will tell you that this poll was neck and neck between A Trip to Seattle and A Trip Down South. And I did not, at the time of this filming, I am still not sure who's going to win. I'm pretty confident who's going to win, but if I'm in a different shirt when I announce the winner, it's because it changed. So, the winner of this poll is Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys. And it is 346 pages. The print isn't super tiny, so it should be a really quick read. By the end of the month, I will have the chapter count up. There are more chapters than Discord will let me put. So I'm probably going to put chapters in that are consolidated, so like 1 through 5. So that is the book club choice for April. I hope you will join us. Discord will be up at the end of the month, and I am looking forward to this one. And little housekeeping note here. There will not be a review for the March book club choice. As you know, I DNF'd it. And as of this filming, to the best of my knowledge, no one else has picked it up. So, yeah. Okay. That's it. I will see you on Discord, and I am looking forward to the read.